The RMS Titanic was the largest ship afloat at the time of her maiden voyage, owned by the British shipping company White Star Line. The Titanic was hailed as a marvel of modern engineering and luxury. Her legend began the moment her construction was announced, capturing the imaginations of the public as the unsinkable ship destined to conquer the Atlantic. The construction of the Titanic began in 1909 at the Harland and Wolff shipyard in Belfast. Led by principal designer Thomas Andrews, the ship took over 2 years to build, encompassing advancements in technology and opulence. In May 1911, the ship was launched amidst great fanfare and anticipation, its completion a testament to human ingenuity and ambition. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic departed Southampton, England, embarking on her maiden voyage to New York City. On board were some of the wealthiest people in the world, as well as hundreds of immigrants seeking a new life abroad. The ship's departure was a momentous occasion, filled with pomp and ceremony, as excited passengers waved goodbye to port. The Titanic was not just a ship, but a symbol of luxury. The first-class accommodations were unmatched, including a grand staircase, sumptuous dining rooms, and a variety of entertainment options. Passengers enjoyed the finest cuisine, served in lavish settings that mirrored the elegance and sophistication of Edwardian high society. The crew aboard the Titanic was composed of experienced sailors and dedicated staff, each committed to ensuring the passengers' safety and comfort. From the captain to the engineers and stewards, every crew member worked tirelessly to maintain the ship's operations and uphold the renowned White Star service standard. As the Titanic sailed through the chilly North Atlantic waters, ice warnings were received from other ships in the vicinity. However, the prevailing belief in the ship's invincibility led to a lack of urgency in altering her course. This decision, influenced by a desire to maintain speed, would later prove to be disastrous. On the night of April 14, 1912, the Titanic glided through calm waters under a starry sky. Despite multiple warnings, she continued at near maximum speed, driven by the ambition to set an impressive crossing time. The mood on board was serene, with passengers unaware of the looming danger. At 11:40 p.m., an iceberg loomed directly in the path of the Titanic. The ship's lookout rang the warning bell and telephoned the bridge, but it was too late. The ship collided with the iceberg, scraping along the starboard side, causing catastrophic damage below the waterline. The initial impact was not severe, and many passengers were unaware of its seriousness. However, Captain Edward Smith and Thomas Andrews quickly realized the gravity of the situation. Water was flooding into the lower compartments, and it became evident that the Titanic was doomed to sink. Shortly after midnight, the Titanic's crew began sending distress signals, including the SOS, the newly adopted international distress call. Nearby ships, such as the RMS Carpathia, received the desperate pleas and made their way to the sinking vessel as swiftly as possible. Captain Smith issued the order for lifeboats to be prepared and launched, prioritizing women and children. The lifeboats were filled well below capacity due to a combination of panic, confusion, and disbelief. As the evacuation ensued, the grim reality began to set in for those remaining on board. In the midst of chaos, stories of bravery and selflessness emerged. Crew members and passengers alike exhibited extraordinary courage. Men stepped back to allow women and children to board lifeboats. Musicians continued playing to calm the panicked passengers, and officers maintained order amidst the growing sense of dread. As the bow slipped underwater, the Titanic's stern lifted clear of the water, standing nearly vertical before breaking apart. The sound of cracking steel accompanied the ship's chilling descent to the ocean floor, marking the tragic end of her journey. Survivors recounted the haunting cries of those left behind in the freezing waters. In the early hours of April 15th, the RMS Carpathia arrived on the scene, rescuing the 705 survivors huddled in the lifeboats. The Carpathia's crew worked tirelessly to provide warmth, blankets, and medical care to the shocked and grieving survivors, offering a glimmer of hope amidst the tragedy. As news of the disaster spread, the world was plunged into mourning. The notion of the unsinkable ship meeting such an end was incomprehensible to many. Newspapers around the globe reported the tragedy, and memorial services were held in honor of the victims. In the wake of the disaster, investigations were launched on both sides of the Atlantic. Inquiries sought to uncover the truth behind the tragedy, questioning the ship's design, the actions of the crew, and the adequacy of safety measures. The hearings were highly publicized, with testimonies from survivors and experts. The Titanic disaster resulted in significant changes to maritime laws. The International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, SOLAS, was established, mandating lifeboats for all passengers, regular lifeboat drills, and improvements in wireless communication. These measures were aimed at enhancing safety at sea and preventing similar catastrophes. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic departed Southampton, England, embarking on her maiden voyage to New York City. On board were some of the wealthiest people in the world, as well as hundreds of immigrants seeking a new life abroad. The ship's departure was a momentous occasion, filled with pomp and ceremony, as excited passengers waved goodbye to port. The Titanic was not just a ship, but a symbol of luxury. The first-class accommodations were unmatched, including a grand staircase, sumptuous dining rooms, and a variety of entertainment options. Passengers enjoyed the finest cuisine, served in lavish settings that mirrored the elegance and sophistication of Edwardian high society. The crew aboard the Titanic was composed of experienced sailors and dedicated staff, each committed to ensuring the passengers' safety and comfort.